Today we are going to talk about the Chinese tales. Why do we eat 3 times a day? In very remote time, the inhabitants of the earth did not know how to eat. It referred to what kind of food, which quantity, and the most important was how many times should we eat. God heard people's require in the earth. He decided to send an angel as messenger to teach the people how to carry out the diet. The angel was a new member of staff and with little appearance, was ugly and fat. When the angel entered the house of the chief in the earth, he was charmed by a cute girl, almost impossible to take his eyes off her. As a consequence, his head turned jammed and his throat frozen. Just at this moment, the chief asked, "My angel, what is God's instruction on diet? How many times shall we eat?" As he lost his mind and voice, he showed 3 fingers with his hand. The chief was confused. "Ask again. 3 times each year, each month, or each day?" The cursed angel did not pay any attention about the second question. He showed 3 fingers again, impatiently. The chief followed his instruction. Take it as the last one, 3 times per day. A few months later, by chance, Father God looked down the earth. So the people moved like ants, run here and run there, looking for food and fighting each other. Something had happened with the chaos. He called the angel immediately and asked, "What did you told to the people?" "Oh my Lord, of course, 3 times a day." The god became very surprised. Furiously shouted to the messenger, "What I told you was 1 meal each 3 days, and you told them 3 times per day. What a disaster you have caused, no doubt at all." What the angel announced have really swept all peace exist in the earth totally. To compensate the inconvenience, God transferred the fat angel into a pig to help feed the people. 3 meals per day is quite different from 1 meal each 3 days. That is the main reason that drives us crazy. The origin of toil. After several wars, finally peace arrived. To reward the officers, soldiers, and counselors, the state commander granted many lands, treasures, and rights to the meritorious. All of them were highly honored and repelled with fair gifts. Only one counselor denied the compensation of his superior. While he did not want, on the contrary, the boss insisted more. So it lasted for a couple months. At last, the counselor changed his mind, said, "Only concede me the permission to collect some coins next to the main road outside of the city." After a while, the commander suddenly remembered the extraordinary permission. Out of curiosity, he went out to see what wealth the counselor has collected. But to his disappointment, he only saw an empty bucket next to a sign, which showing how to pay the toll fee. Passenger free, horse 5 cents, chariot 10 cents, but all the horse and the chariot passed through. No pay attention to the post, neither threw any coins into the bucket. The disobedience made the commander feel ashamed and somewhat guilty. He joined with the counselor, asked him if it was necessary to use the authority, forcing citizens to fulfill their duty. The counselor said, "No, Your Excellency, I have everything well booked." The commander started to laugh. Who is going to admit that he has passed by there? It was the dumbest thing I have ever heard. The counselor calmly explained, "My Excellency, don't worry. Those who have horses and chariots will pay, and they will pay more than they owed me, because nobody wants to face any severe persecution." Very soon after the meeting, the military officers, the richest, and those powerful all show up willingly, and as predicted us, they paid more than the arrears. From that moment on, no one missed to pay the toll fee. It was the first case the toll station had been established in the war. Because those powerful had more numbers of horses, chariots, and weapons than allowed by the government. In front of such severe crime, they preferred to pay the toll fee to avoid the counselor reveal their secrecy. The clear wine. On the heavy military siege, a city was about to fall. To avoid the bloody massacre, the commander orders all soldiers to escape. A young man wanted to carry the remains of his father with him. Some friend of the deceased warrior advised to immerse the bone inside a wine urn, because the old man liked drinking so much. The young man did it as recommended. After succeeded to escape, he had tried several business, but without luck. He failed constantly, led him to move place to place. Even worse, one day he was captured by some robbers. Thinking of the urn that he had on his back containing something valuable, as soon as the lid was moved, the fragrance of wine saturated the air, and surprising to all, the wine was as clear as water. Totally different from the wine of that time. It was cloudy and sticky. The robbers drank all the wine, singing and dancing, then left cheerfully. Under such tragedy, the first things that come to young man's mind was what happens with his father's bones, because the entire skeleton only few left. The unusual statement make him think about the relationship between the bone and the clarification of the wine. From that moment on, the young man started to manufacture wines. He added large quantity of ashes to the wine fermented by rice. As estimated, the wine became totally transparent, and its aroma also been intensified. Soon, his business prospered, became the best wine producer of his time, and with a special brand, Daddy's Spirit. For its particular quality in transparency, people called spirit wine or crazy water. The Chinese always say what most appreciated by the drinkers is not the liquid, but the wonderful feeling of drunkard. No doubt at all, a good wine really may stimulate drinkers translucent and divine spirit. Perhaps all this have to see with the mysterious bond of the deceased. Thank you for your listening and see you soon. Bye.